Amatrol's multimedia curriculum engages learners with interactions that are relevant to the topic and are designed to enhance comprehension. This video provides a small sample of Amatrol's extensive e-learning library that contains hundreds of courses and thousands of training hours. This interactive e-learning is available online 24/7 through Amatrol's free LMS. You can assign existing courses, or you can pick and choose from Amatrol's massive library of e-learning modules to create a customized course that more closely fits your specific needs. Amatrol's e-learning uses proven instructional design techniques to provide a rewarding learning experience. In addition to various interactions, the e-learning features videos, animations, and 3D graphics. Visit Amatrol.com to see the full range of available e-learning products. Then request a free demo for any courses of interest. This no-obligation demo provides access to the entire course or courses so that you can fully evaluate its ability to meet your needs. Embedded in several e-learning courses are Amatrol's virtual trainers. These simulators allow users to test their recently acquired knowledge, which is key to retention. From fully functional hydraulic systems to calipers and micrometers, these virtual systems are great for an online-only course or when you need to supplement your physical trainers to handle more students. Amatrol's interactive curriculum starts at the basics and continues through more advanced topics. Utilizing its modular format, you determine how far you wish to go. Visit Amatrol.com and request your free e-learning demo today.
Is your local workforce prepared for the fourth industrial revolution? In order to fill the current skills gap, new and current employees must have a strong understanding of smart sensors, big data, network security, and more IIoT applications. Amatrol's Smart Factory learning system combines critical Industry 4.0 training using real-world industrial components and thorough e-learning curriculum. This Amatrol system utilizes smart sensors and smart product ID components throughout a fully automated line in order to gather real-time data. This allows learners to not only see how everything is connected, but also practice hands-on Industry 4.0 skills. Amatrol's Smart Factory system utilizes a FANUC robot so that learners can gain real-world robot programming and operation experience. This Smart Factory system also features hands-on training for managed and unmanaged Ethernet switches, wireless communication, and network security, as well as software for tracking cloud-based maintenance communications, production control, scheduling, and monitoring. This state-of-the-art training system is a perfect solution for upskilling current employees or preparing future members of the workforce for Industry 4.0.
What is the Internet of Things? What are the things? Internet is a convenient way of communication between two or more devices. The power of IoT not only comes from the Internet, but more importantly from the things. In the age of information explosion, a lot of information can be collected from sensors on various devices around us. The information, or so-called big data, can make a difference and bring great convenience to our life by data exchange through the Internet. Intelligent applications are also created from the aggregated information. Industry 4.0, smart factory, smart agriculture, smart home, and smart healthcare are all made possible by IoT. A smart temperature sensor can be placed in a thermostat. Smart smoke and CO2 sensors can be installed in a house. These smart sensors are able to collect the data and transmit it to the Internet. We can analyze the data and use it to make relevant decisions, such as turning on the air conditioner before we arrive home. Based on your demand, you can make your life more comfortable and convenient. For engineering students, it is important to learn how to design an IoT solution so as to sharpen their skills for the job market. IoT architecture consists of 3 layers: the perception layer, the network layer, and the application layer. The main task of the perception layer is to collect information. This layer is composed of various sensor components, such as temperature sensor and smoke sensors. The network layer is responsible for transmission technology. The application layer handles applications of IoT, such as environmental surveillance. and responsible to the trend of IoT. K&H developed IoT 100 experiment platform. It offers a course designed for the IoT architecture. The course includes smart sensors, embedded system development, IoT chip control, wireless controller, and IoT network topology. IoT 100 integrates 4 different types of wireless communication nodes in one coherent network by 4 wireless protocols. These protocols are Zigbee, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and InOcean. With the pre-downloaded smart sensor program, the sensor modules can be connected to any of the 4 communication nodes. There are more than 10 types of sensors integrated in the experiment platform. The communication nodes will detect the sensor input automatically and indicate the sensor status on the LCD. With the data collected from sensors, the wireless gateway will send the data to the server through the MQTT, message queuing telemetry transport. It is a TCP/IP-based lightweight messaging protocol that supports publish and subscribe for data transfer. It is widely accepted as one of the most suitable messaging protocol for IoT. MQTT can be feasible even for constrained devices with low bandwidth in an unreliable high-latency network. The wireless gateway supports a variety of wireless protocols and control interfaces, such as Wi-Fi, Zigbee, Bluetooth, InOcean, Ethernet, and USB. To facilitate more understanding of IoT network technology and communication protocols, IoT 100 combines ITS-200, IPv6 experimental equipment to construct and simulate internet and intranet environment via ITS-200 router devices to achieve the information transmission in IoT. IoT 100 experiment platform provides a curriculum of TI Simple Link network chip control and an interactive web page design environment with HTML5, CSS, and JavaScript. Examples of smart home and smart agriculture are also included. The IoT technology facilitates the connectivity of sensors and cloud servers, allowing more diversified and cross-domain integration of innovative applications, including Internet of Vehicles, AI, smart home, and big data. We can foresee that IoT technology startups will grow exponentially over the next few years. More and more technicians and designers with IoT backgrounds will be in great demand in the global job market. IoT 100 is an ideal experiment platform for students to sharpen their design skills, ready for a data-driven future.
What is TINA Design Suite and TINA Cloud? Welcome to TINA and TINA Cloud, the powerful yet affordable circuit simulation and PCB design software packages available offline and online. TINA and TINA Cloud are used by more than 100,000 users in 200 countries and 26 languages. TINA can be downloaded and installed on your computer, while the online TINA Cloud is running in your browser without any installation and anywhere in the world where internet is available. TINA and TINA Cloud allows you to analyze and design analog, digital, mixed,
and RF circuits, as well as switched mode power supplies, communication and optoelectronic circuits, and microcontroller applications in digital or mixed circuit environment. In addition to SPICE, TINA and TINA Cloud also include 5 major hardware description languages: VHDL, Verilog, Verilog A and AMS, System C, for modeling modern, complex integrated circuits in mixed circuit environment, such as SAR and Sigma Delta ADCs, DAC converters with SPI, digital power ICs with I2C and PM bus, digital filters, microcontrollers, PIC, AVR, ARM, XMC, Arduino, and more. Here are a few examples: mixed SPICE and VHDL, mixed SPICE and Verilog, mixed SPICE and Verilog AMS, mixed SPICE and System C. Another unique feature of TINA is the symbolic analysis capability. Symbolic analysis produces the closed-form expression of the transfer function, equivalent resistance, impedance, or response of analog linear networks. In DC and AC analysis mode, TINA derives formulas in full symbolic or semi-symbolic form. In transient analysis, the response is determined as a function of time. Circuit variables can be referenced either as symbolic names or by value. Through symbolic analysis, poles and zeros of linear circuits can be calculated and plotted as well. For example, let's see the symbolic and numerical analysis results of an active bandpass filter. TINA supports more than 1,000 microcontrollers, including PIC, AVR, 8051, XMC, ARM, and Arduino controllers. In TINA, MCUs can also be simulated in mixed-signal analog-digital circuits. The built-in debugger allows for testing of your hex, assembly, or C code step by step. Insert breakpoints, view the MCU registers and memory or C statements, and value of variables. TINA is far more than a simulation software. You can use it with local or remote measurement hardware that allows real-time measurements controlled by TINA's on-screen virtual instruments. TINA Design Suite is extended with the fully integrated PCB designer of TINA. Main features include the following: auto placement and auto routing, follow me trace placement, DRC forward and backward annotation, pin gate swapping, keep in-out areas, thermal relief, fan-out, plane layers, Gerber and G-code output, flexible PCB layout, enclosure, and more. For example, let's see the schematic diagram, PCB layout, and the 3D view of a flasher circuit placed on a flex PCB. You can also import 3D enclosures in industry standard formats and visualize your PCB design with enclosures in 3D. References. For more than a decade, Texas Instruments, one of the largest semiconductor companies in the world, has been using TINA for its analog IC application support. Over this period, the usage of TINA has been extended with a large number of TI components and application circuits, and it is used regularly by a huge number of industrial customers. This great number of industrial projects also helped DesignSoft to expand and improve TINA as one of the fastest and most powerful circuit simulators. Since 2014, Infineon Technologies, one of the world leaders in the power electronics industry, has been using TINA Cloud as the engine for its online prototyping tool, Infineon Designer. TINA Cloud and TINA include thousands of models of Infineon's LED drivers, high voltage, high power, RF, MCU, and other parts, along with a large number of industrial prototypes and application circuits that can be processed and developed further in both TINA and TINA Cloud. TINA and TINA Cloud are powerful design and analysis tools for the advancement of electronic circuits. New users will find the software robust and easy to learn, while experienced designers and educators will appreciate the rich component libraries, symbolic analysis capability, and integration of SPICE with HDL for the analysis of complex mixed-signal circuits. Whether you are a student, educator, or longtime circuit designer, TINA and TINA Cloud combine to deliver high-performance circuit analysis that is easy to use and accessible both offline and online. Much more than another SPICE program, this is software that can help you advance your ideas, your product definition, and your understanding of complex electronic circuit behavior.
Infowerk, your global partner for advanced multimedia-based training solutions. Learn whenever, wherever, either self-paced, instructor-led, or blended. Whether it's multimedia-based content itself or the related technology for delivery, Infowerk develops training solutions according to your requirements. Regardless of which training you choose, we have suitable solutions in place. The Learning Management System IV Track, the Virtual Classroom IV Teach, the Virtual Meeting Room IV Meet, or any other training equipment and audio-visual presentation system. We develop technologies to enhance education, training, and communication. Infowerk, your service provider for integrated learning solutions.
This video demonstrates how to create a multi-level facility with lifts and establish the movement of transporters across the levels. Let's follow an AGV that fetches items stored on the first floor and moves them to workstations located on the ground floor. We'll create the same model by adding the ground floor, AGV network, and a lift to a simple model of a single-floor facility. Expand the Levels widget menu at the bottom of the graphical editor. As you can see, the model currently comprises two levels, Navigation and First Floor. The Navigation level contains a custom navigation bar. This approach reduces the density of active elements on the graphical editor when we switch to a different level, since the elements that belong to one level are inaccessible on other levels. Let's switch to the First Floor level. You can see that the inactive level becomes dimmed. We can see its general outline, but it doesn't obstruct our view of the currently active level. The Levels menu allows you also to make the non-active levels completely invisible or always visible. This level contains the space markup elements that define the first floor of our modeled facility. Here we may find the pallet racks with material items and the AGV home station. To understand how to position the new level, let's look up the Z-coordinate of the first floor level. Navigate to the Projects view, expand the Main element, and then expand the Presentation group. Click the first floor level in the model tree and navigate to its properties. By default, the first floor level's Z-coordinate is set to 0. Now we'll add the ground floor to our facility. Click the Create a New Level control to add a level to the model. Here we'll place the workstations and create a new network for AGV movement. Navigate to the level's properties and change the default name to Ground Floor. We want the new floor to be below the current floor and to have a ceiling height of 5 meters. The scale of our model is 20 pixels per meter, therefore the Z-coordinate of the ground floor level must be set to -100. Let's visualize the floor surface of the ground floor area. Drag the rectangle element from the Presentation palette and resize it according to the dimension of the first floor area. Navigate to the properties of the rectangle. Expand the Position and Size section. Set Z to -1 and its Z height to 1. Expand the Appearance section of the rectangle's properties and set the fill color to floral white. lock the rectangle. It's time to add the walls. In this model, the walls are used mainly to define the visual space of the facility. Draw the wall along the perimeter of the ground floor area. Remember to leave a wall opening for the lift doors. We'll also add 2 rectangular walls at the corners of the ground floor area. When done, press and hold the Control key and click All Walls for multiple selection. Now, change the color of the selected walls. We'll also increase transparency to facilitate visibility of the internal layout in 3D animation. Change the height of the selected walls. Add 3 more wall segments to divide the ground floor into working areas for different manufacturing machines that we'll add later. Change color of these wall segments to match the previously drawn walls and set their Z height to 100. Now, let's define the target points where the AGV will deliver the items to. Drag the point node element from the Space Markup palette and place it in the desired location. Name the node Workstation. Press and hold the Control key and drag the node to copy it. Create 5 copies of the node and distribute them across the ground floor of our facility. Next, we should connect these nodes with paths to create a network where the AGV will navigate. Double-click the Path element in the Space Markup palette to enter the drawing mode. Click the border of the node where you want to start the path and draw the segment. Finish drawing with a double-click at the entrance to the ground floor. Now, connect the other nodes to the first path in the same manner. Let's resize the intersection nodes for better visibility. Select the node and drag the handle outwards. Repeat this for all 3 nodes. Finally, we should tell the AGV where to deliver the items. Select the destination nodes. Right-click the selection and create a collection that will contain all these elements. Name the collection Workstations. Select the Move by Transporter block and navigate to its properties. Switch the Node parameter to the Dynamic Value Editor. This mode allows us to specify more than one node as the possible destination. In the Node field, type Random from Workstations. This function selects a random destination node from the collection of nodes. There, the network is ready. Let's create a lift. We will add a lift element to each floor to model lift landings and connect them to each other through the element's properties. Switch to the first floor level. Drag the lift element from the Space Markup palette to the graphical editor and place it at the wall opening on this floor. Use the handles to make the lift fit the wall opening. Select the path leading to the entrance and connect it to the lift port. When properly connected, the port is highlighted in green. Select the lift and navigate to its properties. Name this lift landing First Floor Lift. Select the Main Landing option to make this element define parameters of lift movement. Now, expand the Appearance section and set the fill color. Switch to the ground floor level, and in the same manner, create another lift landing. Name it Ground Floor Lift. In its properties, set the floor elevation to -5. To connect the 2 lift elements, set the Refers to Main Landing parameter to First Floor Lift. Change the landing color. Now let's add 3D objects that will represent the manufacturing stations, to which the AGV will transport the items. Navigate to the 3D Objects palette. Expand the CNC Machines section and drag the CNC Grinder 1 State 2 to the graphical editor. Resize the object to match the agent's scale. Adjust its position. In the same manner, add 2 copies of CNC Grinder 2 State 2 object and 3 copies of CNC Lathe Machine 5 State 2 object. Now we're ready to run the model and see how it works. Thanks for watching. We hope this video will help you level up your models. Put your thumbs up, and we'll get back with more AnyLogic how-to videos.
Welcome to this short introduction of Automation Studio, multi-technology circuit design and simulation software for hydraulics, pneumatics, electrical, and PLCs. Automation Studio is a tool of choice for teaching mechatronics, automation, electrical, and fluid power technologies. Please note that you can pause this presentation by clicking on the spacebar at any time. All these libraries are available in the educational version. Let's create a basic hydraulic circuit. By selecting the hydraulic library, we can start building our schematic by simply dragging and dropping the components on the sheet. All components have pre-entered technical specifications, allowing to quickly simulate the circuit. These parameters can also be changed by the user to reflect a specific system. As you can see, basically no training is needed to create a circuit in Automation Studio. After all connections are completed, the simulation can be started without any other configuration. Once simulation is started, circuit comes to life and you can actually see the flow circulating in your circuit. By activating the lever on the valve, you will extend and retract the cylinder, makes it much more easier to understand the behavior of each component. To analyze the circuit, you can insert measuring instrument that will display the information of your choice, such as pressure, flow, speed. On the same drawing, you can add the electrical control components to interact with the hydraulic, creating an electro-hydraulic circuit. You can do the same control, but now using the PLC. That includes the input and output card, as well as the ladder diagram. You can also create purely pneumatic circuits. Electro-pneumatic circuits, you can also trigger the slow motion or step-by-step simulation mode to explain the sequence more in details. AC/DC circuits, where you can also use a virtual multimeter to take measurements. An oscilloscope is also available. Three-phase motor circuit, where you can actually see the starting current, and as we modify the torque on the motor, the current is also affected. All these technologies can be combined to create a mechatronic system where all technologies are interacting together. Now let's review some features. Automation Studio comes with multiple libraries of ISO symbol, well structured, that covers hydraulics, pneumatics, electrical, PLCs, and many others. The remote access feature enables the teacher and students to also use Automation Studio from home. Obviously, access point, time restriction, and priorities can be configured. Virtual systems are pre-created and are ready to be controlled by electrical, PLC, or SFC. We have more than 15 systems, from beginner to more advanced. The customizable library feature enables you to duplicate your hardware equipment virtually into a personal library which can have the same settings, name, even pictures that match exactly your equipment. You can also create a library with only the components needed to create a specific exercise. You can also insert links to outside documents, websites, videos, or any information that can enhance the understanding of a particular component. You can also insert links to audio files that will be explaining the assignment. Automation Studio is also a great tool for troubleshooting. You can modify parameters, insert faults, and see how the system behaves with these changes. Great for what-if scenarios. Automation Studio can exchange variable with a real PLC through OPC. Students can create the logic in the PLC and validate their program by controlling a schematic or a virtual system in Automation Studio. You can also connect a joystick or a gamepad to control schematics. Automation Studio will automatically generate a bill of material listing all elements on your drawing. This bill of material is also dynamic, therefore, any addition will automatically be inserted. References can also be inserted on components. Take advantage of the dynamic simulation capability of Automation Studio and monitor values such as pressure, flow, speed, viscosity, voltage, currents, frequency, and many other measurements. To see more features, feel free to visit our website. Don't wait. Contact us now to schedule your free online presentation and see for yourself the user-friendliness and flexibility, and understand why more than 700 schools are currently using Automation Studio in the United States. Thank you very much for taking the time to view this short introduction to Automation Studio. For more information, visit our website at www.famictech.com/edu.
The majority of vocational students are visual and kinesthetic learners. However, the traditional education system still uses a predominantly textbook-based approach. Electude recognizes that contemporary vocational students learn differently, and as students of the digital generation, they need to be taught differently. To address rapidly advancing automotive technology, new qualifications, and skill requirements, Electude has developed a learning solution that is based on gaming principles and uses interactive simulations that allows these students to learn more effectively. Electude is designed to address the reality that many vocational learners do not like to read. Their learning method keeps reading to a minimum. Instead, learning takes place through interaction with animations and simulations. The automotive industry is changing quickly, and educators need to keep up. Electude is designed to provide instructors with the content and tools to do that.
There are many things that I really like about Electude. The gradebook, it downloads into Excel. I love the interactive activity, the engagement with the students, the quality, everything is in HD, well thought out, a lot of activity and stuff for the students. I received a temporary login from Electude and was exploring some of the different modules, but at the time I didn't have any students and stuff for it to be able to actually see how they would react to it. So I took it home and I asked my wife to do a module. And it just so happened that the module I picked was the thermostat. It took her about 20 minutes to do the module, and then after the module, I kind of checked with her to see how well she did. And she could explain how this thermostat worked. And so I immediately knew that if I could get her to understand that after 15 or 20 minutes doing a module online, imagine what I could do with my students. And so I came back the very next day, put in an order for it.
Your company is truly visionary. How are you different from other online automotive training products?
Well, the problem that we solve is that most automotive or vocational students are either visual learners or kinesthetic learners. They have to see it or they have to do it. Textbook is based on memorization and reading. So imagine a flight simulator. It's always better to have a pilot first practice in a flight simulator before he takes his or she takes her first airplane in the air. It's very much the same with our engine management simulator. In our solution, we have over 500 lessons, which are comparable to what you would find in a textbook. That's really the learning process. But then comes the practice process, and then you go into the engine management simulator where you can do all kinds of fault finding, diagnose problems, and practice those skills using the different tools that one uses today before going into the workshop where you would then do the hands-on part. So it's really a question of honing your skills before making a practical application.
It's not all in just one big paragraph. It's all laid out in sections, and then there's like a picture to go along with what you're learning about. So it's like really helpful, and then you get asked questions while you're learning, and it's really good.
Switching back and forth is really good from class to hands-on, since you learn one day and then the next day you can actually go do it.
Electude is leading the way in effectively preparing students to enter the automotive industry. They recognize that keeping up with all of the technological innovations and change can be difficult and time-consuming. Their unique approach adapts to the learning styles of their students. Electude has been designed to help these automotive learners understand the automotive theory and technology in a way that textbooks can never do. Their online learning solution is designed specifically for the learning style of automotive students. Using interactive, gamified lessons to teach automotive technology, students learn theory, practice problem-solving skills, and carry out diagnostic exercises in the Electude lessons. With customers in over 50 countries, using the platform in over 35 different languages, Electude has become a global brand, recognized as the world's leader in automotive e-learning solutions.
As a small child, we're trying to learn everything we can. It's the time in our lives that we learn faster than any other time. In fact, this is when we learn how to learn. You start with a desire, a need, or a want, and then find someone to help teach you. Much of our learning comes from watching those who have mastered a skill. You may even research the subject. Then comes the scary part. You want to try it for yourself. Cautious, apprehensive, but eager, you take the leap. You put your foot in place, you balance, you start to teeter, but slowly you begin to move forward. Your excitement overcomes your fear. You try, and try. Sometimes you need to take a step back and reevaluate or learn from your mistakes. You look and assess what's working and what needs to change until finally you ask to be let go. With what you've learned, you're on your way to practice and refine your skills with confidence and without help from others. Just like learning to ride a bike, Test Out uses the most natural teaching methods for effective learning, using 8 key components: teach me, show me, let me read, let me try, assure me, quiz me, test me, and certify me. In our video instruction, we break down concepts into easily understandable components. Rather than a simple textbook or ebook, we use multiple instructional methods to ensure students are engaged and fully understand the materials. Videos can be used as the primary instruction for students or as a supplement to in-class lectures. Similar to the video instruction, our demonstrations provide a quick look at how to accomplish multiple tasks. All of our videos include an option to add closed captions or view interactive text, providing both visual and auditory instruction. Easily accessible fact sheets contain written information that define and reinforce the knowledge previously learned. Our award-winning simulated environment lets students use critical thinking to try for themselves, experiencing true-to-life situations. We allow students to make mistakes, troubleshoot, and redo, all while reinforcing what they're learning. This environment simulates over $100,000 worth of equipment that integrates hardware, cabling, connections, software, and much more. A multi-level corporate office networking campus shows how it all connects together, so students can see how what they're learning applies to the real world. Upon completion of a simulation or test, students receive immediate feedback, which helps them see where they're succeeding and where they need to focus more time. As the instructor, you can also use this data in our various student reports, helping to guide your students to success. In order to ensure students are retaining the key concepts they're learning, we provide multiple choice quizzes and exams throughout the materials. And whether you have a midterm, final, or you're prepping students to take a certification, testing opportunities can be used throughout the course. Certification practice exams feel like the real certification exam and can be taken multiple times with a different variation on every attempt, so students are confidently prepared to pass the certification. Instructors are always excited with our custom exam builder. You can create your own exams with our hands-on lab simulations, multiple choice questions, or add your own questions to test students on the topics you find most valuable. The last component of the test-out experience is Certify Me. More than just a final grade, certification shows that students have achieved a high level of competency that employers require when hiring. Each course prepares students for multiple certification exams, the coinciding 100% performance-based Test-Out Pro certification, and other in-demand industry exams. Just like a child mastering bike riding, think of what your students can accomplish using this natural and proven learning method.
Net Support School isn't your ordinary classroom management solution. It's led the evolution from traditional simple lock, stock and block tools designed to control student behavior in an online classroom to delivering tools that allow for assessment, interaction and engagement within today's and tomorrow's digital classroom. At its heart, Net Support School starts by providing a simple mechanism to connect to all the students in the classroom, irrespective of the types of platforms and devices being used. The teacher can browse and connect to students, use pre-designed lists of PCs and students, or connect automatically to a range of student information systems, including OneRoster and Google Classroom. Simplicity of use is key to Net Support School. And once connected, you can monitor, manage, assess, engage and collaborate via a range of easy-to-use features that are available in just one click, allowing your focus to remain firmly on teaching. You can view each student's screen in real time or monitor the entire class in a single view with adjustable thumbnail sizes, or simply show your screen to all or selected students. You can still gain attention by blanking and locking student screens, but also control printer and USB usage, and to save lost teaching time, quickly launch or close apps or web pages, and control who has access to what and when. Net Support School has a full-screen virtual whiteboard, supported by a wealth of drawing tools to enhance your collaboration and interaction with your class. And there are also language lab tools so you can listen in real time to audio input and output from the students, conduct two-way audio conversations, record and play back. Meanwhile, the dedicated student toolbar keeps the students informed about lesson details, such as the lesson title, time remaining, any rewards they have been given by the teacher, lesson objectives and expected outcomes, plus any restrictions or controls in place. From the toolbar, students can also discreetly request help from the teacher without the rest of the class knowing. You can also create digital journals that are unique to each student. These contain a record of content, activities, notes, test scores and resources covered during a lesson. As all this information is stored in the journal in one place, it's perfect for students to use as a revision aid or to catch up when they've been absent. Net Support School also provides you with a selection of flexible formative assessment tools, ranging from informal classroom discussions and surveys, peer assessment tools, to more structured testing with automatic scoring. The unique Q&A module gamifies the lesson, encouraging participation and competition, who's first to answer, team play, or simply a random auto-selection of the next student to question, just to keep them paying attention. It provides a range of instant question types to be delivered on the fly to help to reinforce key learning points and instantly gauge students' lesson comprehension, all while keeping them fully engaged. Net Support School also comes equipped with a technician's console to help the school IT team support users and manage devices across the school. IT technicians can perform powerful one-to-one PC remote control on any selected computer, capture screenshots, annotate the screen, and provide direct technical assistance to any classroom teacher. And for comprehensive control, they can also apply school-wide settings such as internet and application restrictions that are always on. With over 250 awards, 18 million users across 90 countries, and 30 years of development expertise, you can feel safe in the knowledge that Net Support solutions are the best in their class.
Thinking about changing your career path, starting your business, building your own skills, or developing your staff? AAMC Training are the trusted partners to help you start your journey and achieve your educational goals. We offer a range of specialised accredited qualifications, continued professional development, and soft skill courses across a range of industries and job roles. That's why we are the market preferred training partner for many banks, schools, and corporate clients. We understand your need for flexible and technology-driven learning and have developed online resources and tools to support your learning journey. Our learning management system, bot, and iDevice-friendly app make it easier for you to access your course anytime, anywhere, 24/7. Here is what some of our clients have to say about us.
Yeah, I did my diploma through AAMC. I actually qualified for recognition of prior learning. I found the whole process fantastic, actually.
I submitted my assessments and one of the assessors gave me a call and really walked me through step by step what was really needed for the assessment to pass. It was really, really helpful, broke it down for me, and next time I sent it through, gave me a call again after I sent it through, and they said, perfect, makes sense, looks like you really understood the course, got my Cert 4.
Speak to one of our consultants today. AAMC, improving lives through education.
M-Connect, the intelligent platform for integrating machines in the production environment. All functions and data are accessible to you directly at the machine. The dashboard shows you the current machine status at a single glance. And all Office desktop applications and data are available on the machine. For example, you have access to emails and the CAD/CAM system. Special apps at the machine console help you to optimize the process flow. If you need support information, you have the documentation of the machine always ready to hand. Rapid analysis and problem solving by the experienced EMCO service team saves time and unnecessary service visits. Using remote access, you have an overview of the machine status even when you're away. Important apps and functions always ready to hand. By displaying the operational data in full screen or sidebar mode, you always keep informed of the current status.
Good day, my name is Daisy. I'm going to present the 5-letter CNC training to you. Our company is Renline Information, which was established in 1987. We are in software design industry and we have 24 employees now. We focus on CNC integrated application solution. Our vision is to become a world-class supplier for CNC integrated application solution. And our mission is to provide a safe, economical, and creative method to train learners in machining factories, schools, and career institutions. Here is our organization chart. We have 5 departments which are R&D, customer service, marketing, finance, and HR. And we are international sales team which is under marketing department. Currently, we have many customers in Taiwan, such as Honda Industry, China Airlines, and Fengjia University, and we also extend our footprint to the world, such as China and Malaysia, Russia and Netherlands, South Africa and Middle East. Our major product is training solution and facility, and we focus on education institution, CNC factories, and machinery industry. We provide services in terms of training, assistance, technical support, and consulting. Let me share some backgrounds with you. As you can see, machinery industry is between the raw material and the consumer goods. That's why we call machinery is the mother of industry. You may also realize automated digital control is in the trained in machining business. From this pyramid, we can see machining supplier is in the basic part of the industry structure. And this flowchart is showing you the 3 stages in the value chain: pre-machining, machining, and post-machining. The labor demand in CNC industry is huge, but now there are still many university graduates from related department can't find the job. Why? Is it because they are not proficient in operating CNC machine? In Taiwan, a CNC proficient makes $2,500 a month, while the others makes $1,500 a month. because they didn't have a proper training. It means the proper training is one of the key factors of CNC proficient. There are 3 stages in CNC training: early stage for machinery knowledge, core stage for CNC programming and control, advanced stage for tool design and complex parts manufacturing. In general, we do not see many concerns in both early stage and advanced stage, but there's always problem in core stage. Therefore, we are going to focus on the core stage in this presentation. From our observation, CNC machine is so precise, expensive, and complex that most of the training programs are more with theory rather than practice. This is the problem in the core stage indeed. How can we overcome this boundary? CNC 5-ladder training is invented by Mr. Frank Chan. Considering CNC is an expensive machine with high precision, Mr. Chen applied his graduate thesis to this field and developed CNC code editing system and code transmission system. When he was the referee in Taiwan's technical skill competition, he also found the training in school is not good enough, so he concluded an innovative training solution is a must. Finally, Mr. Chen invented 5-ladder CNC training courses. There are 5 ladders in the training courses. First, CNC basic knowledge. Second, CNC tool setting and operation. Third, CAD/CAM. Fourth, CNC operation ability checking. And finally, CNC part machining. For training a pilot, we use flight simulator. In the same logic, should we use a training unit for training a CNC operator? That's why the CNC training machine is born. This is our CNC training machine. It has patent in both China and Taiwan, and it won the gold medal and top 100 innovation award in Taipei International Invention Show and Taipei IT Month respectively. Okay, let's start to go through the training courses. Ladder 1, CNC knowledge and program. In the NC editor, it can perform code debugging, and the code is displayed in different color by code type, so it is easier to read the code. Besides debugging, we have geometry expert too. When you fill in the blanks with the known coordinates, the system will calculate the rest within 10 seconds for you. Once the codes are done, we can check them through simulation. This is the Terming Simulator. Students can check the program block by block as well as the coding path. This is an effective way for students to understand the code programming. Okay, the next is Ladder 2, tool setting and machine operation. Traditionally, we would let the student test the program on the machine once the program was done, but not everyone had the chance to operate the machine. However, with the virtual machine, every student have chance to operate the machine and they can hear teacher's instruction clearly in the classroom. Most of the students have problem memorizing the entire operation panel. So we designed a modularized button. This is a unique design because the interface will change based on different operation modes. For example, in handle mode, it will only display the related buttons, so as rapid mode. The modularized button makes the student memorize the function of the buttons easily, and the students can do code editing, tool offset, coordinate setting on the machine. And the students can keep practicing in classroom until they are familiar with it. Let's go to Ladder 3, CAD/CAM. Since the FrankCam is easy to use and easy to learn, students can build a solid foundation quickly. They can have further study and handle the advanced CAD/CAM software based on this foundation. We just completed Ladder 3 and we turn to Ladder 4, CNC operation training and ability checking. Since the cost to recover the mistake in real machine is pretty high, no one can afford any mistake. In this ladder, we will use CNC training machine. Mistake is allowed and students can accumulate experience from mistake. This is the CNC training machine. It has the control panel, operation panel with real button on the right, and the 3D simulation screen on the left. Both teachers and students can teach and practice without any pressure. The CNC training machine offers a real operation experience instead of mouse clicking on the simulator, and we do not need to worry about collision and material consumption. Of course, the teaching effectiveness also improves a lot. We have gone through the first 4 ladders, and we are now at the ladder 5, real practice on CNC machine. We believe the students have enough experience before ladder 5, so we can let the student do some real cutting to examine the learning outcome. This CNC training courses improves the teaching effectiveness across different areas. Good balance between theory and practical operation. Students are more competitive in job market. Also, schools can have better reputation. This chart shows the effectiveness before and after CNC 5-ladder training courses. The improvement is quite significant. Before we finish, let's recap the 5-ladder CNC training courses again. First, CNC basic knowledge. Second, CNC tool setting and operation. Third, CAD/CAM. Fourth, CNC operation ability checking. And finally, CNC part machining. That's all for the presentation. Thank you. This is CNC training machine for turning. We have patent in Taiwan and China, and it combines real operating interface with 3D simulation. Students can practice without any burden, and teachers also can teach without any pressure. And most importantly, it has no tool or material cost. Hence, the students can practice until they are really familiar with it. We can use different views to know how it is cutting. And you can also move the cube here to adjust your view. All the buttons are same as the CNC real machine. You can see the mode switch such as ZRN, Rapid, Jog, Handle, MDI, Auto, DNC, and Edit. Then we can adjust the material size by press this button. You can see tool number, and also you can modify the tool type, and also the nose radius, and so on. For example, we turn to ZRN mode and press the X-axis and Z-axis and also the C-axis. We can back to the original position. After we set the tool and material ready, we can switch to auto mode and press the cycle start to run the simulation. And we have the single block function to check the program line by line to see if it's correct. Also, we have the pause function to pause the simulation. During the rapid, jog, and handle mode, we can adjust the speed of tools moving. Okay, in the rapid mode, we can select different axes with different speed. And by pressing the Z-axis, and now it's over travel. So right now, the alarm is alarming, and we just have to turn a little back of the Z-axis and press the reset button to stop the alarm. Same with the handle mode. We can select different axes and with different speed, and by turning this hand wheel, we can adjust the position slightly. In the edit mode, the program can be revised directly on the screen by Insert, Alter, and Delete button. If you wish to change the tool, you can switch to MDI mode, and then you insert the tool number you want to change. For instance, T4, M4, then press Insert. Finally, you press the green button, and the tool has been changed. Having the CNC training machines, teachers can teach students more easily, and students can learn much faster. As a result, schools can provide the students with professional CNC ability to the enterprise.
Transas Maritime Simulators. The broad scope of Transas simulators enables training in different maritime domain areas and covers practically every aspect of modern ship operation. The Transas Navigational Simulator NaviTrainer Professional NT Pro 5000 is a world leader in navigation simulation training. It is developed in line with key international maritime requirements and enables simulator training and certification of watch officers, chief officers, captains and pilots on all types of vessels. Various levels of training are available, from familiarization, standard operation and watchkeeping, to advanced operation, troubleshooting, and vessel resource management. NT Pro 5000 provides high levels of realism for comprehensive simulator training operations and research capabilities. Realistic and ship-like Transas Engine Room Simulator ERS 5000 Tech Sim meets current and forthcoming training needs and complies with all relevant regulations including STCW requirements and DNV standards. It has high mathematical fidelity, is adjustable to simulate specific ships and can interact with other simulators. Simulation of the entire machinery compartments, comprehensive courseware and tutorials, innovative automated assessment system. All of these features have been verified by ship operators. The Transas Liquid Cargo Handling Simulator, LCHS 5000 Tech Sim, is designed to train, assess and certify crew members of liquid cargo tankers, gas carriers and terminals. LCHS 5000 provides an exact, detailed copy of vessel and terminal systems and their components. The Transas Radio Communication Simulator, TGS 5000, is designed for training and examining of ship specialists who receive a general or restricted operator certificate. It accurately imitates actual ship-to-ship communications and ship-to-shore stations using highly realistic simulated terrestrial and satellite communication systems. More than 5,500 Transas simulation systems are installed in more than 950 training and simulator centers in 104 countries. Transas global presence enables superior customer support. Transas is the absolute leader in simulation and training and continues to develop more functionality and innovative solutions.
For those of you who are not familiar with them yet, or that weren't on our previous cloud simulation webinar, we'll give you a quick introduction to our cloud technologies. Then we'll spend some time looking at what's new in our navigation and technological online simulation. We'll introduce you to our GMDSS tutor solution that we now have online, and we'll take a high-level look at what's planned in a future release, currently planned for early in the new year. We will have a few poll questions during the webinar to get your input on some of the burning questions that we have. So your responses to those polls would be really greatly appreciated. It's a great chance to give us your input. Plan is to spend the last 15 minutes to answer your questions. So please do raise your questions whenever you want to during the various sessions. And we'll do our very best to get to all of them. And anything we miss, we don't get around to before we finish, we'll follow up with you afterwards. I'm assuming that most of you have become somewhat webinar-ized over the last few months, working from home. Hopefully you've used the GoToWebinar system. It's pretty straightforward. Just use the widgets that you can see here on the screen to open up the section for questions and to navigate through the various options. So without further ado, let's get started. So education and corporate learning has been going through something of a digital transformation over the last 25 years with the advent of e-learning and modern content delivery methods in an ever more connected world. So now with the sudden disruption caused by the current pandemic, the maritime training community has faced a lot of significant short-term challenges to continue operations, particularly in those countries hardest hit by the virus. At the same time, digitalization within our industry will surely accelerate the adoption and acceptance of a longer-term transition towards use of these modern remote learning methods for seafarer training. So as the maritime industry embraces greater use of digital learning techniques, Wärtsilä Smart Simulation can now be a part of your strategies for online training, expanding your educational solutions portfolio and allowing you to offer simulator-based training remotely, anywhere, anytime, and any place. So what are Wärtsilä Simulation Cloud Services? Well, it's Wärtsilä's quality and trusted simulation platforms that are now available via the cloud as a complementary service to your traditional simulation-based training on physically installed systems. So this allows training outside the regular schedule and beyond the physical confines of the classroom. Our navigation and text simulator platforms have both been adapted and enhanced for deployment in the cloud environment on virtual machines, with user interfaces now optimized for use by a remote desktop connection on a variety of different devices. So flexible simulator configurations are available for navigation, engineering, cargo handling, and communications training. The initial focus of the offered solutions is on instructor-led classes. However, we are making available student-led solutions too, and we'll give you a sneak peek of that during the session today. A major advantage of this offered solution, excuse me, is that the cloud-based simulation, it offers exactly the same platform as our physically installed simulators. So we can share the same simulation software to maximize the commonality and the efficiency. And then last but not least, our cloud solutions are built on Amazon Web Services infrastructure. So they are safe, they are cyber secure, they offer very fast access speeds anywhere in the world, and they are inherently reliable for the users. So that's a quick introduction for those that haven't seen any demonstrations or weren't on our cloud sessions before. What I'd like to do now is hand over to my colleague, Sergey Tarasov. Sergey is going to tell us a little bit more about the improvements that have been made to our cloud scheduling system, some of the solutions we have now for testing connections, and the access through the customer portal. So over to you, Sergey.
Hello, everyone. So now I would like to show you a short demonstration of our cloud simulation service features, scheduling portal and connectivity test. As soon as you sign up for cloud simulation, you get credentials for accessing our cloud sim portal. In this portal, your personnel who has accounts will be able to look on all the classes created for your company and see their simulator type and parameters like number of trainee workstations and available for each class. And for every classroom, it's possible to access its page and edit the classroom schedule. So you can see the class name, available number of workplaces, and the schedule table. You can create a new session for this classroom. So for such session, you need to enter the session name, enter also number of trainee workplaces, and select the starting date of the training. Please note that the starting date of the training, for your convenience, is always shown in the local time zone of the computer where you work from. Also, you need to select the duration of a training, number of hours. Also, the user who is scheduling the class needs to put in his name so that everyone will be aware who is the author classroom. Yes. When you submit your input, then the class appear in the table of the classes. And also it's possible to view or edit its details or cancel the session. When you want to edit the training session, you can modify the number of trainee workplaces used for this training, or you can modify the starting time or duration. And when you submit the changes, there will immediately appear in the schedule of this classroom. Also, the portal allows to see the statistics of the previous classes, which have already been completed in this classroom. So when the user creates a session or updates the session, he will get automatic notification email from our system. This notification email contains connection links for instructor and selected number of students, and also the test link. The test link can be sent to any participant, and when he follows this link, he will have possibility to test his internet connection settings in advance to make sure that they allow successful RDP connection. This page contains instruction how to do this test, and also it contains the link. The user can download this RDP connection file, enter the test password, and then if his internet connection is properly configured, he will get to the RDP test page like this. And if he sees this picture with success, he will see that everything is fine. Also, he sees the indicator of the internet connection speed. So if everything is fine, instructor and student just wait until the scheduled time of start the training, and then they just follow the links from this notification email. Clicking on the link, he gets the RDP connection file, and clicking on that RDP connection file, he can enter his own secure password, and then instructor gets into the desktop of the virtual computer, instructor computer, which has the same user interface as a physical installation of the simulator. So now instructors see the instructor application, which is probably well known to him already from the physical installation. The same for student. Each student needs to click the link which was sent to him and enter his own password. And then he gets his individual RDP file, and clicking on this RDP file and entering the password, the student gets into the virtual machine of a trainee station. When the student becomes connected, instructor can begin training.
Discover a unique approach to simulation. Developed in partnership with Laerdal Medical and Wolters Kluwer, this online simulation solution incorporates nationally recognized simulation scenarios and content to bring the full simulation solution to every student. New for the 2015 semester, vSim for Nursing debuts Fundamentals, among the newest in the program's lineup of core nursing curriculum. vSim for Nursing Fundamentals includes 6 steps outlined in the suggested workflow, including suggested reading, pre-simulation quiz, vSim virtual simulation scenario, post-simulation quiz, documentation assignments, and guided reflection questions. Each scenario includes curricular resources related to the patient case. Included in vSim for Nursing Fundamentals are 10 patient scenarios expertly authored by the National League for Nursing. Let's take a closer look at the Mona Hernandez oxygenation case. The scenario begins as the patient reports shortness of breath and experiences oxygen desaturation after ambulation. Nursing students will be expected to recognize a change in the patient's oxygenation status, perform a focused assessment on the respiratory system, apply oxygen in response to findings, and encourage the patient to perform coughing and deep breathing exercises. Students will meet a number of learning objectives following the vSim for Nursing Fundamentals course. In general, students will be able to respond to changes in patient status, use standard precautions when caring for the patient, ensure patient and healthcare provider safety, and collaborate appropriately with the healthcare team in a timely, organized, and patient-specific manner. Each action the student performs will be logged and included as part of their remediation at a later time. Students can choose safety measures, a variety of communication options, patient assessments, interventions, medication management, and tests and diagnostics for the appropriate actions to take with their patients. For additional guidance, the student can reference the patient record highlighted at the bottom of the screen to see all actions that have been taken with the student previously, and to see if there are any provider orders to be addressed. After identifying provider orders that require further action, students can continue to work with the patient using the various tabs within the simulation. If the student reaches a point within the simulation where they are unsure to proceed, or if the student has completed the scenario, they can choose to end it at any time by clicking the button at the bottom of the screen. The student will receive an immediate feedback log personalized to their actions with the patient. This remediation will outline all of the actions taken with the patient and will include Smart Sense links to more information. Designed for use throughout the nursing program, vSim for Nursing Fundamentals also integrates with Lippincott CoursePoint Plus, a total course solution that includes unified course content and adaptive quizzing, or can be used as a standalone product. Further enhance your student learning experience with simulation scenarios and simulators from LLL Medical, and additional curriculum resources from Wolters Kluwer for a comprehensive course solution. Thank you for watching vSim for Nursing Fundamentals.
We are Sentinel U, dedicated to addressing your most pressing healthcare education and training challenges with virtually endless possibilities. Whether you are a nurse educator, clinical coordinator, healthcare employee, human resource manager, or a practicing nurse, we understand the difficulties and risks that go along with securing in-person clinical practice. We also understand the need for engaging digital learning resources to supplement traditional teaching and training methods. Our virtual simulations, scenarios, and digital learning solutions address these issues by providing a safe environment where learners can practice anytime, anywhere around the globe. These tools support new nurse readiness, management training, NCLEX readiness, and more. Our digital learning resources offer a variety of settings to help learners build confidence in areas where it is particularly hard to find hands-on practice: med-surg, maternal health, psych, pediatrics, and community health, to name a few. As a division of American Sentinel University, a regionally, nationally, and nursing program accredited university, Sentinel U has partnered with deans and faculty to ensure our content maps to nursing objectives and healthcare competencies. We want you to feel confident that our digital products will foster critical thinking and clinical judgment within contemporary healthcare situations, while providing a safe, cost-effective, and fun learning environment. We started years ago as Healthcare Learning Innovations, an organization focused on resolving nursing education issues through screen-based virtual simulation technology. We are excited to have become Sentinel U, an organization that has not only impacted thousands of nurses, but has also expanded our depth and breadth to provide needed resources for healthcare organizations too. Despite our growth, our mission to provide effective solutions to your most urgent needs and offer unrivaled client support has remained the same. Dive into our portfolio of virtual learning solutions and learn more by viewing a demo, requesting personal outreach, or unlocking a complimentary trial. Not sure where to start? Let us guide you to the options that will best fit your needs. We are excited to transform healthcare education and professional development with you.
With wisdom, we bring forth new concepts for education. With support, we create favorable environment for education. Adhering to Ouyue culture, Yalong has strived for excellence for over 30 years. The technology-driven and quality-oriented company becomes more competitive by promoting highly recognized brand and wins customers by providing satisfactory services. By doing so, Yalong always play the leading role in setting standards for educational equipment. Founded in 1983, Yalong sticks to the core values of integrity, innovation, unity, and striving, and takes on the mission to bring technology and skills to more people. It commits to provide equipment for China's vocational education and engineering education. Yalong's efforts have not gone unnoticed, getting honorable awards such as National High-Tech Enterprise, National 863 Plans Projects Enterprise, National Torch Plan Key Projects Enterprise, National Innovation Fund Project Enterprise, Innovative Pilot Enterprise in Zhejiang Province, Patent Demonstration Enterprise in Zhejiang Province, the Top 100 Enterprise in Wenzhou City, and Top 10 Innovative Enterprise in Wenzhou City. At present, Yalong is the leading company in educational equipment industry and sets China's standard for educational equipments in international competitions. Make breakthrough in technology step by step as a way to make education more intelligent. In past, Yalong, with unique intelligent design, has been the benchmark for various traditional fields such as industrial robots, automation, mechatronics, electrical power and equipment, electron, Internet of Things, hydropneumatics, and intelligent building, refrigeration, auto car repair. Besides those, Yalong recently comes into prominence in promising areas of green energy, intelligent manufacturing, modern service, e-commerce, and rail transit. As for technology, Yalong sticks to self-innovation and introduction, going out and bringing in, and make innovation both in technology and mechanism. It develops long-term strategic relationships with world top 500 enterprises, such as FANUC, ABB, FAMIC, Omron, and Mitsubishi. It also improves college-enterprise cooperation model with institution of higher learning, such as Zhejiang University and University of Electronic Science and Technology of China, and exploits academician workstation and postdoctoral research center to strengthen its innovative ability. So far, Yalong harbors over 200 patents and software copyrights, hides its light, and accumulates for excellence building a skilled personnel team. Yalong introduces talents through various ways. At present, Yalong has a well-structured personnel team. The personnel team consists of over 300 talents, from engineers, senior engineers, to technicians and senior technicians, and is on the first list of Wenzhou Key Technology Innovation Core Team. Improvement to meet customers' need to provide first-class educational equipment. Preoccupation leads to prominence. Quality qualifies the brand. To meet customer need, Yalong commits to provide high-quality products and service, improve management, and make innovation. It is on the first list of company which got the certificates of ISO 9001 International Quality Management Systems, Measurement and Examination System, and Standardization System. It implements total quality management and performance excellence model. It has formed a large-scale and service network with 33 offices at home and abroad, over 10 after-sales service stations, and 40 training bases. Yalong never forget the community where it lives. It commits to not only business integrity, workplace safety, and low-carbon emission, but also provides support to needy students and poverty relief, including Tibet Aid and Xinjiang Aid, for vocational education as well as charity funds. It also has charity foundations and holds studying, sports, and recreational activities for its employees. In addition, Yalong routinely visits employees' families, awards loving couple prizes, and makes subsidy innovation for them to buy car and house. Those are what Yalong does to be a caring employer. With global vision, creative spirit, Yalong directs its spotlights onto 3 fields: educational equipment, high-end training, and education on the internet. It employs a market-oriented, technology-driven, internet-based strategy that provides service-first and intelligent products, integrates industry chain, and has a global vision. Yalong aims to Made in China 2025. That means to provide service for hundreds of thousands universities and colleges, trains 5 million skilled technical talents, and promotes China's technical standards to the world. With thoughts and explorations, one can grasp a broad and profound view. So, Yalong, with wisdom and prospect, will get on with more successful stories.
I know.
Hi, Paul. How are you today?
Fine, thanks. Are you ready to do some work this morning?
Sure.
Catch it.
Too easy, my friend.
Come here. Try again.
That's not really funny.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
It didn't hurt.
Say hello to Pepper. Pepper is high-tech, low-maintenance, and not your typical robot. Pepper's not here to replace humans or even vacuum the floor. Pepper is here to make people happy, help them grow, and enhance their lives. Think of it as high-tech. You can high-five.
Awesome.
Pepper can be incredibly helpful interacting with customers and solving problems, or providing information. That's because Pepper is a friend, an advisor, and a business partner. In fact, there's only one thing Pepper isn't: a finished product. And that's where you come in. By creating new content and new usages, developers just like you will progressively advance Pepper's growth. And you'll quickly discover that not only do Pepper's SDKs make it easy to jump right in, but this is also unlike anything else you've ever worked on. Because now, your ideas truly do come to life. So, what do you say? Want a challenge? Want to make the world a better place? Want to just hack into something really freaking cool with endless possibilities? Then we want you. Pepper's SDK comes with access to a smart, passionate, vibrant community with tons of development support. So join the movement to enhance and elevate Pepper, the emotional humanoid robot built to benefit mankind. Oh, and remember, it's not just a robot. It's Pepper. This is Pepper today. Where will you take Pepper tomorrow? Visit developer.softbankrobotics.com.
Hey now, I just got this for my TV organizers. You wanna answer with me to the camera? Sure. Let me see. How will AI affect traveling in the future? Oh, well actually, I will affect traveling in a lot of ways. For example, I will. Excuse us now, but the question was how will AI affect traveling in the future? AI stands for Artificial Intelligence. Ah, oops, sorry. Well, of course, AI, not I. Actually, it's just crazy when you think about how artificial intelligence and technologies will enhance your traveling experience. Yes, can you imagine? To begin with, planning the trip will happen in the blink of an eye. You will even be proposed your dream destination based on your Spotify playlist. And the booking will be done using voice control. No more to worry about tedious forms. They will autofill directly from Facebook profiles. Checking will be skipped. AI will even choose aisle or window seat autonomously. When you get to destination, you will seamlessly find your luggage, and a driverless car will take you to your hotel, where you will be immediately recognized the moment you step on the entrance. Oh, and that's where we take apart. My favorite moment, in the lobby of Pepper. Or a now. A Pepper, or a now, will give you a warm welcome and show you the way to your room. And in this room, you will immediately feel comfortable, for everything will be personalized to fit your preferences. Oh yes, the cushions, the background music, or even the room fragrance will fit your taste and habits. Wow, what a wonderful world of technologies awaits. Yes, and the best is that it will begin at ITB Etrava World from March the 7th with David Roots, head of ITB Berlin. And you will introduce the whole thing on stage with David, aren't you? Yes, I can't wait to be there. See you there.
Days are over, and my nights are filled with joy. All those lonely days have gone away, and my heart's like a little toy. With my lonely days behind me, I can taste the sweeter things. I can drink the wine so cheap and fine. I got the world hanging on a string. But I know you never, no, you never leave me stranded or do me wrong. 'Cause those lonely nights have gone from sight, and together we belong. Lonely days won't be coming back. Goodbye, home.
Hi there.
Hi, Pepper.
Remember, you must wear a mask inside the building at all times. Thank you.
Where are the toilets, please?
We're almost there. Bye. Goodbye.
J'ai bien envie d'un massage. Peux-tu m'emmener au spa?
Bon massage.
Bye.
Do you need help choosing your shoes?
Yes.
Okay, here are some options. ¿Cómo evaluaría su experiencia?
Muy satisfecho.
Gracias a usted. Bonjour Pepper. Voulez-vous la manège? Suis-moi jusqu'au manège s'il te plaît. Le manège est juste ici. Amuse-toi bien. Merci Pepper.
Goodbye, Pepper.
Goodbye.
Welcome to VEX Robotics, a complete STEM and computer science journey for preschool through college students. VEX's 4 platforms are the perfect organizers for STEM, integrating educational subjects to improve student comprehension. We're confident you'll find that our ecosystem has no gaps in learning, a culture of educator collaboration, and a consistent learning environment designed to reach students and educators at any given level. So let's get started.
First off, we have VEX 123 for students as young as 4 years old. Using this fun, multifunctional robot to explore basic logic and problem solving, children can expand their understanding of coding, all without the need for a computer. Next, we have VEX Go, an introduction to robot construction for children ages 7 and up. Here, students can learn from fundamentals of STEM through fun, hands-on activities, challenges, and experiments. They will deepen their understanding of core concepts by learning how to build, power, and code a robot.
From there, students can move up to VEX IQ for a more immersive exploration of robotics, engineering, and even competitions. They'll also be learning the soft skills required to be a part of a team, such as problem solving, time management, communication, and so much more. Finally, they can advance to VEX V5. At this level, they're building their robots out of metal, using real-world tools and fasteners, high-tech sensors, and exploring software techniques, even artificial intelligence. They now have a working knowledge of robot construction, coding, and real-world technology.
This continuum of 123 through V5 allows students to explore STEM from pre-K all the way through college. However, this is only half of the VEX ecosystem. We have 5 distinct foundations designed to carry not only students, but educators along this journey as well. Foundation 1 is curriculum. First, we offer STEM labs, easy-to-follow learning resources with real-world applications. These activities give students a chance to design creative solutions through challenges, games, and competitions. Second is the VEX Classroom series, which follows these STEM labs and brings our experts right into your home or classroom. These are the educators who write our curriculum, guiding you through every step.
Foundation 2 is professional development. We offer a free online, self-paced certification course called the VEX Certified Educator Program. In this program, you will receive STEM lessons and feedback via formative assessment that is built right into the course. And, in the end, you walk away with an official certification, credits for continuing education, and ongoing support from the VEX Professionals Network.
Foundation 3 is VEX Code. Computer science is a core component of STEM, and VEX Code is our coding environment that meets students at their level. VEX Code can be used from 123 to V5 and is consistent across blocks and text interfaces. As students progress from elementary to high school, they'll never have to learn a different block, code, or interface. Computer science can also be taught with VEX Code VR, which uses virtual robots and playgrounds, opening up remote STEM learning opportunities.
Foundation 4 is competition. Our competitions foster the skills and capitalize on the motivational effects of competitions, as well as help students create an identity as a STEM learner. VEX competitions are also a great way to expose students to invaluable soft skills like communication, collaboration, and time management in a fun and authentic way. We offer competition at all levels, from classroom competition in elementary school all the way to the VEX Robotics World Championship, where they will go up against students from over 60 countries from around the globe.
Foundation 5 is a knowledge base. Acquiring knowledge is the basic goal of education, but we know that most teachers and mentors don't have a background in robotics or engineering. That's why we've compiled nearly 600 articles to help VEX users quickly find and explore information. Our hope is that what you discover in VEX Robotics is a complete solution of tools, curriculum, and professional development within one ecosystem, supporting you and your students every step of the way.
With the arrival of the fourth industrial revolution, schools are seeking solutions that captivate their students' interest, motivating them into learning sciences and mathematics developing scientific thinking and preparing them to meet the new demands of society and the productive world. The challenge is greater because education must integrate strategic skills of the 21st century, such as problem solving, context learning, teamwork, decision making, creativity and innovation, among many more. Cloud Labs Virtual STEM does just this. Through an environment that offers 375 laboratory practices specially developed to integrate the learning of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, all under the STEM model. This is how Cloud Labs has become a powerful, affordable alternative for today's schools. Cloud Labs provides simulators for chemistry, physics, biology, mathematics, technology, robotics, engineering, and agriculture. Each of these areas are composed of learning units adjusted to curricular standards and contain the concepts for the development of the laboratory practices. Laboratory simulators attract and motivate students because they learn through games and challenges, putting their knowledge into practice and working like a scientist, facing a challenge and observing a real solution in which they investigate, discover, and solve a problem, all in a friendly and fun learning environment. Teachers like it for its learn-by-doing didactics and the manager application with real-time access to monitor the results of the practices in the laboratories. Additionally, teachers have a platform with access to video tutorials, educational guides, technical support, pedagogical and permanent support. And schools benefit because they convert smartphones, tablets, and computers into sophisticated laboratory simulators, because they increase educational quality, eliminate accident risks and expenses in supplies, and also because they reduce maintenance costs and are friendly to the environment. Cloud Labs Virtual STEM offers learning, training, practice, games, and motivation for future STEM professionals of the 21st century.
We became aware of them and thought that they could be good resources for our students. So the first simulation that we used was one that was to supplement teaching in analytical chemistry, and the real life running of such techniques would take a very long time, and it's not very exciting for students to see the separation of chemicals. So using the simulation, students were able to alter the conditions of the reaction, so changing the solvents, changing the temperatures, and very quickly get the analytical charts that you would expect for this type of separation. So this was much more exciting for them than listening to me in a lecture theatre trying to explain for an hour how the different analytical techniques work. And after that time, I realised that there was definitely use for them within different classes that we had at the university. So we've had some positive feedback from students saying that it's improved their understanding. It's also helped them to see how techniques can be applied to real life situations. And the students have also reported that it's increased their confidence for when they go into the actual laboratory. And I have some quotes that I can show you here. So students said that the virtual simulation gave them good practice before an actual wet lab practical, but they do feel that the wet lab practicals still have a place in their curriculum to put the concepts into practice. Not every student believes this. One reported that they thought the virtual simulation was very time consuming and hadn't completely prepared them for real life lab work. Lots of quotes came back saying that the confidence in the labs had increased with the virtual simulations, and students liked that it was very interactive and it helped to consolidate previous knowledge. What a virtual simulation can do that you can't do in an actual laboratory is to mimic a potentially dangerous situation that can emphasize what can happen if you were to carry out the experiments incorrectly. So we found that if we gave the students the simulations to complete, that uptake of the simulations was quite low. We introduced a situation where we had the simulations and we had the whole class carry them out at the same time. But we've actually found that student engagement with the simulations works best where we have a small number of marks that include the simulation as part of a formative assessment. So where we've perhaps only had 3 or 4% of a summative mark for completing the simulations, uptake by all of the students is very good. And I think it's important to consider your less engaged students and approaches that will ensure that all of them have chance to carry out the simulations rather than just relying on your most engaged learners, which we found to happen if we were to just leave the students to complete them. So our feedback from the students is that the virtual simulations have helped to prepare them for the practical classes, but they don't want to replace the practical classes with virtual simulations. And in training biological science students, we want them to have skills in the laboratory. And we have similar feedback from staff that the simulations help to prepare but not to replace the practical wet lab classes. We do find the students are much more engaged now in the practical wet lab classes, so we wouldn't want to go back to a time where we had a lecture and then straight into a wet lab class, because we think that preparation through the virtual simulations is enabling students to get far more from their student experience in the practical classes. So I think whenever you introduce a new teaching tool, it's important to evaluate the impact on the students. So one of the ways that we've done this is to have surveys where we've evaluated student thoughts on that particular simulation, and then we've invited back students to have more detailed focus groups where we can ask much more in-depth questions, and from that we're able to build up evidence as to whether a new tool has had any impact in teaching or not.
Welcome to Questec Incorporated. Questec has been a Farmington Hills business since its founding in 1992. My name is George Emanuel, and I'm founder and president. Questec is a manufacturer of hands-on career and technical equipment for schools, universities, and adult retraining centers. We're just very fortunate to have an extraordinary staff that blends technology and manufacturing and curriculum to provide exciting, challenging products that make students' experience with our products a motivator to move towards careers. When Questec was founded in 1992, it was primarily a robotics automation company for education.
My hope that the kids would get out of the robotic course would be, obviously other than having fun, because I think they're fun to work with. I'd hope that down the line they would go into robotics, but at least that it would give the kids that don't have the opportunity to go through some of this stuff the opportunity to go through it. Maybe we find the next future great engineer that makes the next great solar car, or the next great breakthrough in manufacturing or engineering.
The curriculum is STEM-based, and STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. So as the students go through the curriculum, they're going to learn some science concepts, technology, engineering, and they're going to do some math. And at the end of each activity day, they're given questions, so they're going to have to write definitions and explanations. So they're going to work a little bit on their writing skills as well.
After establishing our robot training courses, we moved into the construction trades, which we found fascinating because many people had ignored the trades. When we saw the booming growth and the fact that it wasn't outsourced, we were excited about putting careers and connecting students to those careers with our construction trainers.
Well, the Construction Zone product line consists of 33 different workstations covering 25 different trades. What we do is we give students a safe 10-hour hands-on experience what it's like to work in that trade. The Construction Zone workstations are primarily being used in high schools, community colleges, universities, and for adult training. The Construction Zone connects basic education to the real world. It helps in preventing dropout rates. We have found many students, because we have found their interest level, that they like doing the hands-on activities in the workstations, but the math, science, and reading is integrated throughout the curriculum, so they're able to apply it to other aspects of their life and helps them stay in school. Another thing the Construction Zone does is shows you how all the trades come together, for instance, like in building a house, all the different aspects, whether it be the electrician, the plumber, the carpenter, the drywaller, the carpet and wall covering installer. After evolving through the Construction Zone workstations, two things you're definitely going to know is tools specific to that trade and safety on a job site.
When asked why the Construction Zone has succeeded when we saw shop classes closing down in the mid-90s, it's just an economic reality. You have the luxury of teaching 15 different trades for less money in one classroom that you would have paid to just teach maybe plumbing or carpentry. And it's a wonderful opportunity to excite the students in trades they never would have been exposed to before. And that's kind of the secret of the Construction Zone. It blends together all the different trades and allows students to go ahead and find out what they excel in. It's a confidence builder for students and ties in the academics to the road to their high school graduation. As we look to the future, we're excited about our green collar products. Both solar technology and wind turbine technology are the forefront of the new jobs that'll be coming forward in the next couple years.
There's 3 panels for 3 class periods. They're going to run through the fundamentals of solar. They're going to run through fundamentals of electricity, how solar panels are made, and then the basic connections from the roof or the sidewalls of a building where the panels would be mounted into the electrical system that exists in the building. And the students coming off of this will have a very good understanding through the 20-day curriculum of how all of this goes together. They'll be better prepared to go into a more in-depth program to be certified or to actually go out and work in the field.
As all of us have looked to the green arena, we find there are many new technologies that we know very little about. And that also goes for us educators. So what we now find is that by our focus, which is to focus on the training component of the new technologies, has been exciting because everyone else is focused on making a little bit better solar panel or their wind turbine more effective or increasing battery power. Our charge at Quest Tech is to transfer the knowledge of those technologies to you as a student or an adult so that you understand the technologies and the science behind it and can move towards a career in that arena or learn enough about the products and enough about the technology to actually go ahead and implement those technologies at your home or your business.
I think the young students that work on our station in their schools will be the students that will develop any necessary new technology or make this technology more efficient as they move along through their years in school, college, engineering school, and so forth. The wind turbines can always be made more efficient. They could be made more quiet. They can be made so that they're less noticeable on the landscape, and I think these are some of the innovations that will be coming along.
In all of our products, whether it be robotics, the Construction Zone, or the Green Collar Zone, our goal is to spark the connectiveness to your academic environment to these new technologies. 74% of all career and technical students leave with a high school degree. Quest Tech goes ahead and provides challenging products that incorporate curriculum that tie the academic environment to the real world. Find out what you'd like to do, have a passion for it, and you'll succeed.
The construction zone makes it real easy to teach the trades. When I was in school, shop classes taught a single project-based activity, like a birdhouse or a breadboard, something like that. Unlike the skill set now, when you go through the construction zone, you're going to be exposed to drywall installer, a tile setter, what it's like to be a carpenter, a plumber, an electrician, a glazier, all sorts of different trades to pique your interest to see what your likes and your dislikes are.
Well, I think solar has come a long way in the last few years, and it still has a ways to go. I think there's a lot of prospects for engineering and making panels smaller, more efficient, and I think there's going to be a lot of students coming up through the technical schools and through the trade classes that are going to have a lot of input into that.
Different careers that the students could get into by going through the robotics program besides the robotics field would be obviously manufacturing. Pretty much all the manufacturing done in the world is done through robotics. There are still hands-on, but for the most part, computers and robots control everything. Beyond that, the kids could go into programming the robots themselves, where they would actually become a computer programmer. The kids can go into any numerous engineering, electrical engineering, manufacturing, mechanical engineering and manufacturing. So there are many opportunities for students to complete the robotics coursework.
When asked why we located in Farmington Hills and the benefits we receive from the community, I can't say enough about the town, the people that run our city, and also the opportunities that it gives us as a manufacturer because of the many other companies that work within a 5 to 15 mile radius of our firm. There's hardly anything from a technology standpoint that we can't receive from our local vendors. And that's one of the major reasons we're here in Farmington Hills.
We are the manufacturer of the construction zone, the green collar zone, and microbot robots. Everything is manufactured in our facility here in Farmington Hills, Michigan.
The newest product we're offering is a hands-on weatherization trainer, which will include energy auditing and deconstruction. This is an area where jobs are increasing and our workforce needs to be trained. We're also working with our customers to respond to developing technologies, which may include solar thermal hot water heating and battery technology. The future growth of QuestTech will mirror our customers' requirements in training for green-collar occupations. Thanks for visiting QuestTech today.
U-Test is a leading global player in the construction materials test equipment sector, providing equipment and services in all areas, including design, production, and implementation, and after-sales support. The 12,000 meter squared factory situated in Ankara-Sincan Organized Industrial Zone is the hub for designing and manufacturing test equipment for civil, geotechnical, structural, geological, mining, mechanical, metallurgy, and manufacturing engineering disciplines. Exporting to more than 60 countries and 6 continents, U-Test is rapidly becoming a global brand with more than 40 distributors all over the world. With more than 100 qualified and visionary employees in R&D, design, production, sales and after-sales support divisions, U-Test has grown twofold in the last 3 years and continues to invest in R&D, training, and equipment in order to improve its production capabilities, as well as keeping up with the technological progress.
U-Test manufactures all test equipment in its premises, including electronics and software. State-of-the-art CNC machines, comprehensive raw material, and intermediate product quality control laboratories. Environmentally friendly welding, painting, and assembly lines, which are designed specifically for the work and the worker's health, is the basis of all designs and products that conform to national and international standards such as ISO, EN, ASTM, AASHTO, BS, and GOST. All finished products are passed through a detailed quality control process. U-Test also provides after-sales support services, such as installation, training, and calibration with an understanding of quality, technical perfection, and customer satisfaction. U-Test can provide high-quality, suitably priced equipment in the quickest manner, thanks to its large and assorted warehouse inventory. Apart from standard manufactured equipment, U-Test also produces special equipment in accordance with the client's requirements, test procedures, and standards. All mechanical, electronic, and software designs are made in the factory prior to the production. U-Test positions itself to be a solution partner within the industry, as well as with the universities, institutes, public and private R&D laboratories. This mission provides a good collaboration with the industry and academia in order to realize research, production, and development projects in order to continue to create new and innovative products for the sector.
2004 yılında 200 metrekarelik atölyemizle 8 kişiyle başlayan yolculuğumuzda dünya liderleri arasında girmiş bulunduğumuzu sizlerle paylaşmaktan gurur duyuyoruz. Yerel ve uluslararası standartlara uygun yapı malzemeleri, test cihazları üreten firmamız U-Test, 10 yılda dünyanın sektörde en önemli 5 firması arasına girmiştir. Hedefimiz önümüzdeki 5 yıl içerisinde sektörde dünyanın en başarılı 3 firması arasına girmektir. Çalışanlarımıza, çözüm ortaklarımıza, bayilerimize ve en önemlisi değerli müşterilerimize teşekkür ederiz.
Traditional welding training has always been linked to long studying hours, burn risks, numerous repetitions, emissions, and high costs. The trade has been stagnant for too long, and new technologies hold the key for a necessary change. It is time for the next step in welding training. Sodomatic is the first welding training solution powered with augmented reality in the world. The augmented reality technology overlaps information on the real world and uses real welding components to offer the closest to reality simulation experience. Thanks to this technology, trainees can develop manual skills and muscle memory, enhancing their learning process. Sodomatic applies gamification to improve the motivation of trainees, personalized learning to adapt to their personal needs, and green and safe technology to reduce the risks for newcomers and pollution. However, Sodomatic is not just a welding simulator. It offers a whole new learning experience, the augmented training methodology. This new educational paradigm combines augmented reality simulation with theory and tests, and provides instructors with all the tools necessary to monitor the students individually in a simpler way. Sodomatic IE. Sodomatic IE is the third-generation Sodomatic platform. It proposes a flexible software subscription system that adapts to the market needs. Education. Attract the new generation of young people to welding. Train them better, faster, safer, and reducing costs. Bring a non-qualified resource to a certification level of welding experience. Advanced. Bridge the gap with industry. Train in AR with competition multi-joints and different industry applications. Prepare welders for international welding competitions. Industry. Improve the productivity of real welding operations on the field and reduce the failure rate in industry recertification processes. Train welding professionals with personalized processes and increase their productivity while reducing retraining costs. Start digitizing your welding training program today with Sodomatic.
A weld seam is a collection of complex information, but it's enciphered. A code. When viewed closely, it's actually a nanocode. What do spatter, flaking, undercut or pores tell you about the welding process? The gas used, the filler material, and efficiency of the whole process chain. Everything, when you're able to decipher the code. In the past, it was said, a good welder can set the correct welding machine parameters with the help of his hearing. Today, listening is even more important than ever. Materials are becoming more challenging, specifications more demanding, economic pressure more intensive, careful handling of the environment more important. The code of welding is becoming more and more complex. Deciphering the code includes the complete process chain. Listening, comprehension, and knowledge are the prerequisites for improving the efficiency of those processes. But why is it so important to decipher this code, the language of welding? We have realized, learned, and developed the language of welding to be in a position to manufacture welding systems fit for the demands of the present and the future. The future? The decisive factor will be to translate the increasingly complex language of welding into a language easily understood by the welder. At best, through use of one button only. The code has been deciphered. The future of welding has already started.
Welding supervisors always work close to their limits. The preparation and inspection of welding specifications, equipment, and components consume an enormous amount of time and paperwork. But that is about to change. The EWM XNet quality management system interconnects all welding units at the factory location and takes a huge workload off the welding supervisor's shoulders. A few clicks are all it takes for welding supervisors to create and coordinate their WPQR, WPS, and welder's qualification in line with defined specifications. The supervisor then simply transfers this information to any device connected to the network. The system identifies the component using an XNet scanner. Once scanned, all welding information, consumption, and costs are linked to this component. The welder logs on with a digital key, the X button, to identify himself. His qualification record has been entered in the EWM XNet system. Only when it matches the requirements does the system release the job. For added convenience, the device automatically can set the parameters detailed in the WPS. The welder is then guided through each step of the welding procedure. During welding, the system checks the parameters in real time to ensure they remain within safe limits. This early detection helps to avoid defects and minimize the scrap rate and repair costs. The welding supervisor is also alerted immediately and can examine the operations of all devices, live and direct, or afterwards. By recording the consumption of energy, shielding gas and materials, the system also specifically indicates where possible savings can be made. And thanks to timely maintenance reminders, machine downtimes are reduced. Less stress allows the welding supervisor to approach his work with greater ease of mind and focus. And when certain that everything went according to plan, he will finally be able to get some proper sleep. Less work, fewer costs, guaranteed quality. EWM XNet noticeably eases the workload for the welding supervisor.
In the 21st century, the most industrialized countries are characterized by unstoppable technological progress and a firm commitment to the digital and virtual. It is what we call the technological revolution. We take advantage of new technologies and apply them to the training of professionals for whom practicing skills can be costly and dangerous, as in the case of welding. We have conducted a comparative study between traditional training and the augmented training methodology, taking as reference a real course in welding with two groups of people of similar profiles. The results were: the augmented training methodology achieved 68% savings in training costs compared to the traditional model. The students trained with augmented training achieved a 56% reduction in necessary practice time in the workshop. Thus, we can conclude that if we achieve greater flexibility in time and adapt what we have to the progress of every student, we can obtain a better result. Students with more skills complete the course before the others who need more practice time, making the system more effective. This fact had a direct impact on the total time of training, which was 17% lesser than in the traditional model. However, not everything is about economics or time saving, but also about the quality of training. And in this aspect, the augmented training methodology once again shows its advantage, accomplishing a 37.4% rate of qualified students, more than in the traditional model. Finally, something which is very hard to measure but which we can verify is the motivation of the students during the course. The gamification during the learning process makes the students more enthusiastic and attracted by welding, and they perceive their training as enjoyable and entertaining. You will know at which point a student has acquired the necessary manual and visual skills before going for real practical training in a workshop. So once he gets there, he will be better prepared and more self-confident. You will have archived videos of all the practical work of the students, allowing you to observe their errors in greater detail and analyze them with them at any moment. You will have access to theoretical content and a large variety of practical exercises. But you can also create your own and use them in the application. You will connect better with younger students, given that it is a game-based learning methodology. You will be able to evaluate the student in a more objective manner, thanks to the visualization of the parameters in every exercise done with the simulator. The student himself will understand better his errors and why he made them, enabling him to continue to improve. You will be able to teach a large number of students at the same time as they can practice in the simulator. And you can monitor them individually, so you will only need to help them when they really need it. You will have access to more information about the different stages of training, which will help you make better decisions easily. And you will know in which aspects each student needs to improve, helping you to focus on his or her needs. Among the advantages for students, we can highlight the following. It is a personalised teaching method adapted to the learning pace and needs of every student. You can perform practical work with augmented reality, a very innovative and attractive technology with which you can simulate different situations, which would be very complex in a training workshop. It eliminates risks such as burns through molten metal, eye injuries or poisoning by gas. You will have 3 to 5 times more hours of effective practice, allowing you to better develop your skills. It increases the student's motivation to learn, as it can alternate theory and practical work from the beginning. And it encourages a sense of responsibility as students manage their learning by themselves.
This is Michael, and he is a training manager. Instead of drowning his staff in boring presentations and documents, he chose V360E to create virtual training experiences. Creating training modules in V360E is as easy as copy-pasting text or making slide presentations. You don't have to be a computer wizard to use V360E. Once finished, Michael distributes the modules to his staff who can then train anywhere using their phone or tablet. V360E is compatible with any LMS, so training modules can also be distributed through it. Isn't that convenient? Meet flight attendant Michelle, who enjoys engaging training that she can access on her phone. Being able to review the equipment anytime ensures she is always up to date with the latest procedures, feels confident at work, and performs better on duty. By the way, this is Pilot Maria, Mechanic Frank, Jack, Lisa, Oliver, and Joseph. If you need to train people in any industry, V360E is a platform for you. V360E, virtual training.
I'm Penny Hearn, I'm the deputy at Como Primary School. We really needed a bigger storage area, so we went with the Carrier 40 cart, and that's been fantastic. It has a different opening mechanism which is really easy to use. So it's a simple matter of grabbing the 2 baskets, taking the classroom and handing them out.
I really like how the Carrier 40 cart makes it so much easier for us to access the iPads. The kids love using them because they make learning so much more engaging. And with the baskets, we can just hand them out to the kids really easily.
We've been really happy with Lock and Charge, and yeah, I can't speak more highly of them. It's been a great experience and they have great products.